Hi, I'm Joe Markley, State Senator from Southington, representing Waterbury, Wolcott, Prospect, and Cheshire. And I'm up here at the Capitol building. We're not in session today. In fact, we weren't in session this week, but it's still an extremely busy time of year. And let me explain just a moment about that. We're reaching the point of the year in which the committees finish their work and send all the bills that they've been writing and having hearings on and discussing on further into the legislative process, or let them die at the committee level. As some of you may know, I serve as ranking member, which means the lead Republican senator, on two committees, Human Services and Labor. The Labor Committee has just finished its work. I expect the Human Services Committee will finish up tomorrow. And that will be kind of a break for me because it's been a very hectic time. One of the things that cannot be arranged here in Hartford is to have the committees meet at different times. There's too many of them, and too many of us are on multiple committees. So a lot of times, sometimes I have three and even all four of the committees I'm on meeting at the same time. You do the best you can with it. Let me say the Labor Committee, the most important bill, the bill that you're going to hear the most about that came out of the Labor Committee, was an increase in the minimum wage advocated by the governor to $10.10 an hour. I voted against that bill on the committee. I'll oppose it when it comes to the Senate floor. I'm sympathetic to people earning a minimum wage. I think all of us would like to see everybody in a stronger financial position. I don't think we do that by dictating wages, and I don't think that we have job growth by putting more restrictions on businesses. If we're ever going to contemplate an increase in the minimum wage, it should be when the economy is robust, when employers are looking for people. I think by increasing the minimum wage now, although it might help some people, it's going to eliminate jobs for others and mean that some jobs are never created. And I think that's a bad thing to do, and especially a bad thing to do right at this moment. On the Human Services Committee, an interesting bill I was just discussing today with some constituents is a bill that involves the way in which the Department of Social Services investigates dentists to make sure that they're billing properly, both to prevent errors and to prevent fraud. And the dentists, as you can imagine, are happy to join an effort against fraud. Dentists have done a very good job of stepping up in this state in participating in the Medicaid program, even though our reimbursement rates are relatively low. And suddenly they feel like this participation is creating a large amount of scrutiny for them, and that the scrutiny sometimes is beyond what's reasonable. It's the kind of issue I get a lot of times in human services, which is not so much a matter of statute, but a matter of the way that the agency behaves. And a lot of what you do in that case is not necessarily passing a law, but trying to have conversations and getting people together in a room so that they can address the concerns of the people you're dealing with. We will be going back into session next week, quite possibly discussing the minimum wage law. Another thing that came up just in the last few days was the hearing on the Common Core curriculum. I had the pleasure and the honor of bringing in Dr. Sandra Stotsky, who was a member of the committee that oversaw the formulation of that curriculum, an expert in reading, a doctorate from Harvard. And she was one of the two curriculum experts on the committee, and both of them actually voted against the Common Core standards. We'll hear a lot more about that during the session. I'm not sure how much I'm convinced is going to happen, but I certainly would like to see local control of education restored. I think we have too many top-down solutions, and in the case of a lot of towns, we have a good education system already, and I'd rather not see the state or the federal government interfering with it. Anyways, that's a little overview of what's going on up here. We will be in session next week, and I will come back to you with another video at that time. Thanks very much.